took us money across the border and back to Sable without being spotted.
It's so exciting. I never think so many people in Bethlehem.
I know. Everyone here is going out to the same back to their own paws.
Well, you should have stayed home where you belong. You can get stepped on. There's nothing out there that concerns any of us.
Now, Jacob, it's not usually this bad. I don't know where the view came from. This used to be very common today. I wonder what's going on. Some sort of celebration, maybe?
Well, I heard some of them talking about taxes. I'm not sure. It's a celebration, though. None of them seem to be happy about it.
Well, frankly, I don't care, just as they stay away. In the meantime, you two better stay close to home.
Oh, that sounds no fun. Where's your sense of adventure?
Adventure? Now you're talking like Danny. And look where that got her. She abandoned all of us just live out there with those field mice.
But Danny appears to like it. Jacob, not everyone's cut out for it.
For what? A warm place to sleep and plenty of food?
But it's so boring here, especially since they have taken all our sheep out to pasture.
You're confusing boredom with safety. By lambing season, you can't turn around in here without getting trampled on. The only thing we have to worry about right now is old Martha. As long as we're out of her manger, we're okay.
Still, it's nice to get out every once in a while, just as the neighbors, if nothing else.
Sarah, remember what we talked about? Can I go now? It's getting late.
You have to ask Jacob.
Ask me what?
I like to spend the night at my friend's house.
Your friends, you mean the stuck-up house mice, don't you? I told you I don't even hang out with the snobs.
But Jacob, remember, they're not just our friends. They're also our cousins. You should be more tolerant of them.
Tolerant? Heck, they don't give us stable mice the time of day unless there's something in it for them.
Well, I feel sorry for them. I can't imagine having to all cooped up with those humans.
That's their own choice. No one forced them to cower in the corners at the end.
I think it would be exciting, living on the edge, so to speak.
You're too young to know what you're talking about.
Well, teach their own. Personally, I don't think I could live out in the hills with field mice either, but they appear to like it, and Danny appears to love it.
Yeah, talk about Ruffin living in a hole underground.
He's living in a house with a bunch of humans.
I really like to go. I go home where chores done, and I promise I won't complain for one whole week.
Yeah, right.
It's only for one night, Jacob. You'll be back first thing in the morning, right?
I will.
But it's dangerous out there. You can get hurt. Maybe we should wait for a better day.
The inn is just next door. She'll be okay. Besides, it's dark now, so everyone will be settling down for the night.
Oh, all right. Just get. Spoil that mouse.
Oh, come on, Gia. You can't keep them safe forever.
Why not? It's good enough for us.
Some might just want to see what the outside world is like. After all, as you say, nothing important ever happens here in the stable.
And what things is she supposedly missing? It's just those house mice filling her head with silly ideas again.
Never mind, Jacob. Let's just get some sleep. We're probably in for another hectic day tomorrow.
Hello, anyone awake?
Good grief, who is it? It's us.
Zia, what's wrong?
Sorry to drop in like this, but we...
Dropping, barging is more like it. And at this time of night?
No, Jacob, be sociable.
This is sociable as they get at this time of night. Besides, they're only here because they need something from us.
Jacob!
Never mind, Sarah. He's right. We do need a favor.
Ha! Told ya. What now? Did those humans run to your cushy little home?
As a matter of fact, they did. We were all tucked in for the night when they started moving stuff around for extra room for their guests. And that's when they found you. She should have seen it. It was horrifying.
Yeah, they grabbed the broom and started throwing it around like madmen.
You weren't hurt, were you?
Now, Presley took a good hit in the head. She's still a little rattled.
Well, to make a long story short, we finally managed to escape, and now we need a place to stay for a while. Yeah, just until things settle down a bit. We wouldn't dream on shooting. We wouldn't dream on shooting another good drink like the time.
Well, in other words, just until you find someplace better, huh?
But Jacob, they're homeless and hurt. We can't just turn them away.
Why don't they go down to the synagogue? They're the do-gooders, not us. I bet they find that place to their liking.
Presley's hurt and needs to rest. She can sleep over there where the sheep need to sleep. There's plenty of room.
No, there's not. She can come back at any time. Then where would we be?
Jacob!
Oh, all right. But come morning, you have to find another place to live. Besides, this is stable. You never survive out here in the wild.
What could possibly be dangerous out here? All the danger I see is the cow in the corner, and she doesn't look like she can move very fast.
Get in her manger, then see how fast she can run.
Yeah, if you think dodging a broom is bad, try getting out of her manger when Martha gets her chompers at you.
She bites.
Only if you're too slow.
Wait, are you missing someone? Where's Robin?
He didn't get clobbered by the broom too, did he?
No, wait, he's way too much fast for that. He decides to leave her during the food mask for a while. He's always been the adventurous one.
Well, you can kiss him goodbye. We hardly ever see Dandy since she took up with those ruffians.
Now, Jacob.
Now what? It's true.
I had enough adventures for a day. Now can we all go to sleep?
Good idea. You can always go over there in the corner.
Oh, look, what now? I told you, look what he's done. He's led them right to us.
Quick, hide! There goes our bed for the night.
I told you there's not enough room for everybody.
What are we going to do? I say we fight. Those humans have the whole town to themselves. Why do we have to come out here in the stable? Yeah, this is our turf.
Your turf? You just got here. Besides, you're in no condition to fight.
Wait, something's wrong. The lady doesn't look too well.
I wonder what's wrong.
Who cares? We just need to scare them off. I say we all go out there at once. We'll go after the women first. They usually scare the easiest.
Don't be so sure. It was the lady at the house who smacked me.
I wonder why they're so scared of us compared to them. We're so smaller. How could we possibly hurt one of them?
It doesn't matter, just as long as they are. Simone, you go through the left. I'll go through the right, and the rest of you go through the middle. This thing's a huge infestation. We'll have the stable back in no time.
Wait, we don't have room for them, do they?
Calm down, Ezra. There's no room. But they do have a pitchfork.
What's a pitchfork?
It's the pointed middle thing hanging over there on the wall.
We might rethink this. Good idea.
Why, you coward?
Wait, look at the woman. She's in terrible pain.
So that's not our problem. Ready? Simone, get ready. Ready, set. What the?
Look, there's a baby.
And just where did it come from?
It doesn't matter. You two better leave them alone. They're not bothering us, and we simply can't drive a baby out into the cold.
And why not? Don't you think those humans would drive us in the cold, out in the cold if they had the chance?
I don't care. We're not human, and I will not allow any of you to disturb that child.
We may not have to worry about that.
Why? What do you mean?
Look, that man's going for the manger.
Uh-oh, looks like trouble.
Yeah, let old Martha take care of him.
Well, would you look at that?
I thought you said that cow was vicious.
She is.
She's just like to take her manger just without a snort.
I wonder what's wrong with her.
Something's up, that's for sure.
Maybe something special about the baby.
Looks like an ordinary child to me.
Of course it's an ordinary child. Why would a special child be born in a manger? They would have made room for him in the house.
Well, there's nothing more to be done tonight. I suggest we all go back to sleep and deal with this in the morning. You can all just go over here next to us.
Everybody, wake up!
Oh, good grief, what now?
Look, it's Danny. It's good to see everyone. You wouldn't believe what happened in the fields tonight.
Try me.
We were out sneaking some crumbs from the shepherd's campfire. Then, all of a sudden, the whole sky lit up.
Oh my, that's scary. Did humans catch you?
That's what we thought, but the humans were just as scared as we were.
Now they know how we feel.
What had them so scared?
The whole sky lit up of some sort of flying humans. What? Doesn't things fly?
Calm down, Ezra. Humans can't fly.
Of course not. Come on, guys. Are you sure you haven't been gnawing on the wineskins again?
Honest, they sort of look like humans, but they have big shining wings and sort of light shining above them and overhead and singing.
What were they singing about?
Something about glory to God and peace on earth. But I was pretty shaken up at the sight.
Yep, those wineskins do it to you every time.
I'm telling you, there were no wineskins. One of them shepherds said they were going to go look for the baby. I ran on ahead to warn you.
Oh no, not more people.
Looks like it. Here they come.
They didn't bring the sheep back, did they? That's all we need.
Hush, Jacob. Just watch for a bit. They've seen the baby.
How'd they know to look? This is the only stable in Bethlehem. It's the only one with a big shining light shining above it.
I believe that's called the moon.
It's not the moon. It more looks like a star, but bigger and brighter.
And I suppose the star led the shepherds right to us?
Not them. One of the flying beings said to the shepherds to go look for the baby, but the other people I passed were heading straight towards the star.
More people?
Yes, they had regular caravans and camels and everything.
Camels? We definitely don't have enough room for one of those things.
Look, here they come. Are they shepherds too?
They look like kings.
And just where do they think they're supposed to stand? There's no more room, Majesty.
Hush, Jacob. Just watch for a bit.
Look, they're bowing down to the baby and giving it something.
Bowing down to a baby? Now that doesn't make a bit of sense. Why would a grown man, much less a king, bow down to a baby?
Well, think about it. Who else would a king bow down to? Unless it was a greater king.
Yeah, right. King's born in a stable.
Are you saying there's something wrong with my home?
All I'm saying is a king wasn't born in a palace, not out here in a stable with a bunch of animals. Hush, you two, they're beginning to leave.
Finally.
Well, it looks like they're all gone except those two with the baby. Something tells me something very important just happened.
I wonder what it all means.
We'll probably never know. Come on, we all need to get some rest.
Danny, are you going to stay for the night? It's awfully late.
Well, if it's not too much trouble.
I give up. Everybody makes some room.
And what about the baby? Is there room for the baby too?
What's one baby more? I just wonder though.
What's that?
I wonder if they'll make room for him.
Great job, everybody. Give it up for them one more time. Have you ever seen cuter mice in your entire life? I think I'm going to start taking a bow at the end of my sermons on Sunday, too. That was great. Well, hey, these kids did an awesome job, but there's a lot of people who put a lot of effort into pulling off this kids' Christmas production. So to do a few special thank yous, I want to hand things over to our family ministries director, Miss Amanda Burgos.
Well, first, I just want to say how incredible all of our kids were. I am just so incredibly proud of each and every one of them. The Kids Christmas Play is one of my all-time favorites of the year because it's an opportunity for our kids to serve and to use their talents and their giftings to bring heaven on earth. And we want to thank all of the parents that showed up for every single practice to make sure the kids were here, that you worked on lines at home. We're so thankful for each and every one of you, and it's such an honor to be able to partner with you. And last but certainly not least would be our incredible team who made today possible, and that would be led by Laura Spear. Laura, would you stand up for us? Then we also have her incredible team, which would be Thomas. Will you stand up as well? Leslie, and I believe Danny may have made her way to the back. But we are so incredibly thankful for this amazing team. They pour into our kids, not only on Sundays, but gave time on Wednesdays and even a rehearsal on Saturday to love on our kids and set them up for success. So today is just such a special day, and we're so thankful for everybody who was a part of it.
Let's give it up one more time for everybody just together. The really incredible thing, if you think about it, is these kids didn't just put on a production today. They actually led us in worship. And what I love so much about this play is that it's told it's the nativity story we've heard time and time again, told from the perspective of mice. Now, these mice are not the main characters. They're not the people who step into the spotlight or center stage. These are the ones who are on the margin. And for the mice, like, the solution for things to change for them wasn't to try to fight off the humans. It was simply just to get near to Jesus. I think there's something beautiful about that we don't have to get big to experience change. We just have to get near to Jesus. In fact, all throughout Jesus' life and ministry, this is exactly the pattern that we see. In fact, in Matthew chapter 11, John the Baptist sends his disciples to ask Jesus, hey, are you the one that we've been waiting for? Or should we continue to wait for somebody else? And Jesus responds in Matthew chapter 11, verse 4. It says, he replied to them, go and report to John what you hear and see. The blind receive their sight, the lame walk, those with leprosy are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, and the poor are told the good news, and the blessed is the one who isn't offended by me. Jesus starts rattling off all these miracles. The blind have seen, the lame have walked, the deaf hear. And what's interesting to me is of all those miracles in that culture, if you were sick or had any kind of infirmity, it meant that you were like the mice. You were pushed to the margins of society. You were viewed as being under God's judgment. And these people who receive these life-changing miracles, what's interesting is that we never learn their names. We don't hear their stories. It wasn't important what they did other than that they got close to Jesus. Whether it was the paralyzed man whose friends lowered him through a hole in the roof at the feet of Jesus to get him close enough so Jesus could say, pick up your mat and walk, and he does. Or what about the blind man who comes to Jesus and Jesus spits in the dirt and puts the mud on his eyes and all of a sudden the man can see? Or the woman who had been sick for 12 years, she pushes through a crowd of people just to reach out so she could touch Jesus's shawl. If she could just get close enough to him, all of a sudden she receives what doctors couldn't give her for over a decade. She receives her healing. And that's good news, because I don't know about you, there's a lot of us, we walk in here today, we're just ordinary, everyday kind of people. But what we're longing for in this life, we only can receive when we get near to Jesus. So we're in the middle of this Advent season, and every single week has a different theme. We've had hope, we've had peace. Today, the theme is joy. And I think our culture tells us what joy is just some kind of unbridled happiness. You've always got a smile on your face. And this is hard when Scripture tells us to rejoice in all circumstances, because I don't know about you, sometimes I go through circumstances where I don't always have a smile on my face. But see, biblical joy is something different. It doesn't mean that everything's always great or we're always happy, but it means we have this deep-seated contentment because we know that whatever circumstances we go through in this life, Jesus will make everything right. And the world has all kinds of solutions for how we attain that level of joy. We think if we can just get the promotion we've always wanted, or we just move into our dream house, we meet the right person, we have kids, we finally have enough in our bank account, then we will experience true joy. But a lot of us have ticked off all of those boxes only to find that joy is still lacking. Because just like the mice, the only way we have true joy is to get near to Jesus. That's the invitation we have today. Just come close to him. In fact, we're in this season now, at Christmas time, where people are more open to coming near to Jesus. I don't know how it is in your family. Our family, we have certain traditions. And so last night we all piled into the car and we had hot cocoa and we drove around to look at Christmas lights. Anybody ever do this? By the way, just pro tip off Sixes Road, there is a dude who has 1 million Santas in his front yard. Go by and see that house. It's awesome. But as we're kind of driving around, I noticed something, and I'm about to sound like a real old man here, so just indulge me for a second. It's like, I was like, man, back in my day, Halloween wasn't really that big of a celebration, right? Like, you got dressed up and you went trick-or-treating, but like Christmas was the real deal, and everybody decorated and put their lights up and everything else. And now I realize it seems like more and more people are celebrating Halloween and decorating their houses and doing all that, and less are decorating for Christmas. And start to wonder why that is. And I'll just give you my 2 cents. This is Matt Spears' cultural analysis. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't think the reason is because, our society is going downhill. I think what it is we live in a culture, number one, where it feels like there's heaviness all around us all the time. So it does feel good one day to dress up and pretend to be somebody else who doesn't have those kinds of problems. But the other thing I think it is because many of us are as connected as we've ever been. With our phones, we have access to social media, email, text, phone calls, all that stuff. And yet at the core of it, many of us are as lonely as we've ever been. And Halloween at its core, regardless of your feelings on it, it's a very communal activity, right? You get together with your friends, you're going door to door, you're meeting your neighbors, you're sharing candy and food. You have a whole lot of community on that day. And at Christmas time, we put up the lights and we're with our families, but sometimes we're surrounded by families that have a whole lot of dysfunction. Sometimes we're reminded at the holidays that we've lost loved ones that we held so dear. And so sometimes what Christmas does is just reinforces the loneliness that many of us have already struggled with. And so I think we have a really unique opportunity, though, as people who know what it's like to be near to Jesus and have everything changed, to invite people in our world who need that same joy. We can invite them close to Jesus this Christmas season. And if you're here today, I know a number of you are here because you're connected in some way to one of our wonderful actors who is on stage. And if you don't have a church home, we'd love to invite you back for our Christmas Eve services. We're going to have our traditional candlelight portion. We have got Christmas carols, a popcorn bar. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic time. But for those of us who call Bridgepoint home, we've been talking about this for weeks. Christmas is the one time of year where people who never go to church are more open to going to church if a friend invites them. And so maybe you've experienced the joy of what it's like to get near to Jesus. But maybe this year we can look for small ways to invite other people to be near to Jesus this Christmas Eve. And so this morning we're going to continue with a time of worship like we do every single week. We've got 4 communion stations around the room. On one half of the table you'll find our communion elements, the crackers and juice, the body and blood of Jesus. On the other half is our prayer elements. You can take a piece of paper and write a prayer to God and put it in the jar, or you can light a candle, because throughout church history that's represented offering a prayer to God. But in your time with Him, I want to give you 2 questions to consider. The first one is this: in keeping with our theme of mice and small things, what are some small ways that you see God at work in your life? There's so much pressure this time of year to make it the best Christmas ever and to get the perfect gift and everything else. And sometimes we can overlook the small ways that God is showing up and being faithful in the midst of all the chaos. The second thing, or what is one small thing we can do to invite others to be near to Jesus this Christmas season? Would you bow your heads and pray with me? Jesus, we just come before you and we thank you for each and every one of these kids. We thank you for all the time and effort and energy they put into making this an amazing production. And I pray the seeds of the message that they delivered here would be rooted deep within our heart this Advent season. I pray for those who walk in feeling like they're on the margins, that today they would draw near to you. And I pray for those of us who've experienced the joy that you offered, you would open our eyes to invite others to experience the same. And as we take these steps of obedience, Jesus, would you continue to shape us and change us to be more like you? It's in your name I pray. Amen. As you feel led, our communion stations are open.